Let them speak. Review hours 1 to 36. Please repeat or answer. Is this the guy that will be driving up through the mountain passes? Does he appear to be older than you? Is the car he'll be driving a convertible? Are these the places he has been? Did he say that that is where he used to travel to at the time he was much younger? Is that the car he's going to be driving in while recording this video? Do you wish that you had the money to buy a car like the one he has? I bet he lives somewhere in Switzerland. Will he be keeping that cap on as long as it's not too windy? Does he look excited? Is this the first pass in the Alps that he's thinking of showing us? Has most of the snow already begun melting away on the mountains you see there? Have they put up those barriers to keep you from going over the side? If you were with him, would you prefer sitting on the passenger side or the driver's side? Would you be able to see a lot more that way? Does it appear that there aren't a lot of people driving there while he's filming this? If it were hotter, wouldn't that snow begin falling on the road he's on? Is that somewhere you'd like to go if it was snowing? How can you tell that he has started to go down now? Don't they have anything warmer to wear while riding up there? Do you find you get more nervous going down or up a mountain? Would it have been easy to bicycle up that road? Wouldn't it be a lot easier to do if you had a motorcycle? So here's the ninth pass. Did you notice he's using the same car to take the drive? Does that road look wide enough if a truck wanted to use the other lane? By the time he drove there, had all the snow melted? Is anyone living in the mountains you're able to see? Did you notice he is going higher up the mountain now since there is more snow? Doesn't that appear to be a lot more dangerous? Doesn't it make you feel nervous just watching it? I doubt if anyone is living there now. Has he got to slow down before going into that turn? Had you been with him, how often would you have closed your eyes? Did the passenger ask him to go slower around the turns? Would it have been difficult to make this road? If it started to snow, what would they do? Did they say they don't care if it begins snowing or not? Is there somewhere they can stop in case there is a storm? I imagine that water that's coming down is really cold. Were it really slippery, wouldn't he have had to go much slower? Is that the longest tunnel that they've gone through so far? Does the tunnel they're coming up to seem to be a lot shorter? Some of the drivers were so tired they stopped to take a rest. Have you seen any of the snow plows they used to clear that road? That work is so dangerous, there are only a few people that know how to do it. Have you got any idea how long ago these roads were plowed? I suspect that they push most of the snow off the side. Don't they have any place to get a snack up there? How come they decided not to stop to get at least a cup of coffee there? Wouldn't this be a lot more dangerous to drive at night? Are those the first people that wound up passing him? Are they ever brave? Do you see any other roads they can turn off on to go someplace else? They must have filmed this during the summer because I can't see any snow. Don't they care if the roads appear to be in bad shape? How is it that those cows you see on the side of the hill got up there? Don't the owners care if the cows might get hit by a car? Had you brought a swimming suit, would you have gone swimming there? Does that cross remind people to say a prayer just before continuing their ride? They must have needed to go to the bathroom. Is that where he looks forward to going down next? That is so beautiful. All of the snow must go there after melting on the sides of the mountain. How often would he have to use his brakes while going down? The brakes must get so hot that he's got to stop sometimes. It is so steep I would never be able to ride a bike up this. Shouldn't the people who are on bikes stay on the mountain side of the road? Bikers had better be very careful while they're on this road. Did you notice if he ever lets the other person in the car drive? Could you stop there if you felt like getting a drink of fresh water? Wouldn't you be afraid you might go over the side? Do you think the passenger keeps telling the driver to slow down and be careful? That looks so dangerous I would never drive there. What would you do if you happened to get a flat tire while driving? Is there any place you could safely stop to change your tire? I need a beer. Why don't we stop there and get a Heineken before continuing? What did he begin slowing down for? Was he afraid there might be ice on the road, so he was being careful? As soon as it gets foggy, is he going to be stopping? Oh, there's another cross. That can't be good. Does it appear that the snow is higher than the car they're in? Will they have time to stop to fish there? They're afraid that the weather will get bad, so they'd rather keep going. Did the guy on the bike ask them for directions before going down? Did the biker tell them to go first? The turns are so sharp you almost have to stop while going around them. During the winter, they must close this road since it would be too difficult to plow. Wouldn't there be any way to see the road clearly? Even I am beginning to feel a little dizzy. Would you be strong enough to bike up that hill? Doesn't it look like the fall? Wouldn't you like to stop there to get some breakfast before going on? It is still so warm there is no snow anywhere. How many houses do you see sitting down there? Is that someplace you could stop in case there was an emergency? How come he couldn't get someone to bike with him? Is it ever sunny? If one of those bikers got exhausted, would they ask to get a ride from someone passing by? Would they be able to call a friend to come to pick them up? Do most of the people riding motorcycles carry anyone else with them on the bike? That is such a beautiful place to have a picnic. Had you been there, what is it that you would have brought to eat? Do you wish that you had motorcycles like that to ride around on? Would you have to pay attention more driving a car or a motorcycle? How is it that they manage to keep the rocks off the roads? Is there any way that you could pass people on that road there? Would you be interested in driving here at night if you had the chance to do it? Would you have difficulty making those turns if you tried driving there? Would you have kept two hands on the wheel while doing it? Don't you feel it's more difficult to drive as soon as the sun is in your eyes? How come there aren't any trees on the mountains out there? Have you noticed whether his car has a stick shift or is it an automatic? Does he tend to wave at the people riding the motorbikes whenever they pass by him? All of the people that used to be there must have moved out. Wouldn't it be hard to make a living if you happened to live up there? Is there anything to see there besides mountains? Does it appear that he is about to come to the top of where he's going? They must have a lot of accidents there. Is that ever a dangerous road? If you had the chance to ride a bike there, would you stay on the left? Don't you wonder how many people die every year while driving on this road? How fast would you say he's going? Doesn't it look fast? Are there any people there? Isn't there anyone taking care of the sheep wandering around there? Is it okay if they block the road like that? What is it that you think the person driving that car was doing? Do you see any passengers sitting in the passenger seat of the car? Did he almost hit those people passing on the motorcycle? Do you have any idea why it is that all of those people stopped there? Did the guy taking care of the cattle live in that city he just passed? If you had kids, would you bring them there to live? How come they have those crosses next to the road like that? Were they put there to remind people of how dangerous it is driving there? Do you wish you could have gone fishing in that small stream? Wouldn't it be really easy just to drive over the edge? Do they have extra crosses they made just in case someone goes over again? Is that where France and Italy meet? You can't help but like driving in this kind of place. Are there a lot of places to stop and take a look at the beautiful scenery? If you tried going there around the 15th of January, do you think they would have already closed the road? Would Google Maps be able to show you that road if you were driving on it? Doesn't he care if the road is dangerous to drive on or not? Have you seen a lot of people managing to walk up or down this road? Would that ever be exciting to drive there? Does it still make you nervous? Do you know that you're getting close to the bottom when you begin seeing trees? Do you have any idea how long ago those walls were built? Why don't we stop to get something to eat? Couldn't you stay overnight in one of the hotels there? Wow, what a view! Has it been many years since they built those hotels? Are you thinking about stopping to get a pizza there? That is so frightening. Do you think most of the people that live there work there? Doesn't it seem safer to drive whenever there is snow that high next to the road? What would happen if there was a lot of ice on the roads up there? As soon as it begins snowing, do they stop people from driving? Did you notice if anyone lives there or not? Is that where they keep the snow trucks so that they can use them as soon as it starts snowing? Have you seen any gas stations just in case you are getting low on gas? Do you see why people love driving in these mountains? Is he going to be following those bikers through the tunnel they just went in? Could a car crash through there? I bet this is going to be one of the most spectacular rides he goes on. Who would they get to keep the roads clear of rocks and snow? Have you figured out whether he goes faster going up or down the mountains? Is he driving in the middle? How come the guy sitting there decided not to get out of the car? Are all of the buildings there made of stone? What a great ride. Does that ever look fantastic? There is no point going up into the mountains without putting on warmer clothes. Have you got any idea what it is that he's coming up to? Did he put a camera on the front of the car so that he could take great videos? Couldn't he have just held the camera in his hands while driving? That wouldn't have been a good idea. Is he going really fast now? Those were great rides. Thanks.